Hello, Internet. Mr. BPG here. I taught my children 3 lessons. The first lesson was to stay active, keeping a healthy and strong mind and body. Lesson number 2 I taught them was to always have a joy of reading. And the last thing I taught them was how to play chess and why to play chess. Because chess is a lot like life. Adults don't tell you that we're basically just playing a game. Those who don't know they're playing a game, I'm sorry if you lost. Those who do know they're playing a game choose to play it based on the rule sets they understand. The problem with the adult game is the rules can change. The rules will always change. You're not supposed to know the rules either. And you're just supposed to do the best you can with what you have. Taught them to understand the difference between being a pawn and a king's piece. The pawns move forward and are less powerful unless they can reach to the other side of the board. Then they gain the power of whatever piece they want. Taught them how to think strategically. Not just think of the step right in front of you, but multiple steps ahead. Taught them to think 3-dimensionally. Not to just see what's right in front of you, but to see what could happen within the moves you make, using that 4th dimension of time. To train yourself to be a knight. To have a wildly different moveset than the rest. Powerful and dangerous. There to both protect the king and queen and also be their number 1 attacker when needed. Taught them to recognize and how to be proper bishops, advisors to the king and queen, able to make strong sweeping moves, and also able to both defend and attack. And I taught them the importance of having a good queen, if you are the king. Having a good queen in your life to be able to negotiate, to both attack and defend and be the strongest piece on the board.
They make your life fun.
Hello, and welcome to the Church of Cinema. In today's episode, we're going to be looking back at a 1997 classic by director David Fincher, starring Michael Douglas, in their suspense thriller called The Game.
What are you selling?
It's a game.
A game.
I have my film handling gloves on. Go ahead and punch a hole in your ticket for this episode. If you're not playing the game, spoiler warning ahead. It will get a little strange and awkward.
See, one day your game begins. You either love it or hate it.
So, we are watching The Game, or we just finished watching The Game. The game is on. The wife has returned. She's kind of tired. You give kisses? She helped me watch the movie.
Is he gonna jump?
So we start off the movie with a lot of show don't tell. The main character, the sins of my father, is shown to be in a world of luxury, high society, and it's shown on a film reel, which for the time, the age when that would have been done, a film reel would have been very expensive. Just like making a film of this quality would have been very expensive. A very interesting use of money and time. He is living high society, luxury, huge house, embroidered Chekhov's watch, luxury car, and a essentially heir to an empire his father created, and
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you, Maggie.
I don't like her.
it's his birthday. But as the story goes on, and as the exposition and everything unfolds in front of us, we find out it's not really a happy birthday, being that it has also been a few years since his mother died. He is estranged to his crazy brother.
I thought you quit.
I did. Didn't take.
Well, you can't smoke here.
I'm with you.
You still on medication?
Why would you say that?
The gentleman ready to order?
I didn't mean it the way it sounded.
I'm not on anything. I'm not even seeing a shrink. And I feel great. Do you mind?
So he's not having a happy birthday. He's ducking all his calls and meetings at work. He's avoiding the ex-wife's phone call to wish him a happy birthday. And the only person who's able to get his attention is his goofy brother.
Just a sec. Hey, is there a Butts here? See more Butts?
See more butts. I'll never get tired of that one.
That's why it's a classic.
We eventually find out through exposition that his father jumped from the roof of his house as he was coming home on his birthday. His 18th birthday, where he received Chekhov's watch. That is kind of what's making him such a grumpy pants. He's having the birthday that was the age of his father when his father jumped. And he is now also, as we discover through the background of the movie, the great storytelling that the director does, being able to seamlessly integrate background action and noise as part of the overall exposition and storytelling. And he follows his brother's advice.
Consumer Recreation Services.
It's an entertainment service.
An escort service.
A profound life experience.
He agrees to go to the game, meets with an engineer and a data analysis. And he gets a psych eval. They mention his financials. They talk about him in his financials. He has in tests all day to the point where he sort of realizes and calls out that he's being tested and not even watched. They're just seeing how much of his time they are willing to waste and how much he's willing to go through as they gather as much data on him so that they can set up his game.
What is it?
What is it? The eternal question. You know, I envy you. I wish I could go back and do it for the first time. All over again. All over again. All over again.
And then he gets a strange phone call on a cell phone that shouldn't have his number. They verify it's him on the phone to tell him that his game is not going to begin. Only to begin the game as soon as he gets home. When he arrives home, he finds a mysterious package. And then, this scene.
This passage would be the very stimulant that a sluggish economy needs. No one has expressed an opinion as to how it will impact the pampered existence of Nicholas Van Orton. The one thing on which both Democrats and Republicans seem to agree is that most Americans harbor serious doubts about the economic future. A recent poll suggests Zipligate reacting to reports that Nicholas Van Orton had sneezed. Are you going to spend the rest of the evening prying at that clown's mouth? This is your game, Nicholas, and welcome to it. I'm here to let you in on a few ground rules. Write this number down. It's a 24-hour Consumer Recreation Services hotline for emergencies only. But don't call asking what the object of the game is, figuring that out is the object of the game. Good luck.
There is something about that scene in my early watching that hooked me into this movie, that made me remember it for 20 plus years. And it's because of this scene and the tension that it builds from there. The fact that they are able to manipulate technology to a level that is advanced enough to be considered alien. The tension builds from that point of him finding everything, and from there, it escalates. By 40 minutes in, he's not sure what is real. After trying to go about his business, firing an executive at the company him and his father and this executive started, awkward as that may be, we then follow that scene up with a regular low-level employee being fired from their low-level job.
Christine, Mr. Van Orton is a valued customer.
Fine, then you kiss his ass.
Don't you talk to me like that.
I apologized. I offered to help. What do you want me to do?
Clean out your locker.
What?
You heard me.
He escapes their first setup, first being trapped in an elevator and supposed to be trapped breaking and entering the They building. And when he gets away, they're able to plant with him. Oh God, what's her name?
My name's not Christine. It's not my real name.
Who fucking cares?
You see what I did there? No one knows her name. And they do an excellent job at planting both the audience and the company, you find out, planting her into his life, giving him a Matrix-style white rabbit to chase. Don't let her get away. Using that connection he forms, they're able to create blackmail, kidnapping, attempted murder. They force him to take nude pictures. Sorry, I'm at the point where my fingers are broken and I can't bend them. Just general assault and thing. They do home breaking and entering. And then it gets crazier as his brother returns.
I paid the bill. I gave them their fucking money. They won't leave me alone.
What are they doing to you?
Everything. I'm a goddamn human pinata.
Calm down. Then why do they keep playing if you already paid?
I don't know. I paid them more to make it stop.
They just keep coming. And what this movie does well, especially through its first and second act, is it introduces the character and the setting. It gives this character the most interesting moment of their life. Right around their dad's birthday, right around his birthday, when his dad killed himself on the same year that his dad killed himself, under the same stresses of being an executive of a large money corporation, family money, family owned.
This is more than just me. This is pension plans, payrolls. This is $600 million.
A lot of people coming after you when you got family money. Just ask the mafia.
Forget about it. Paulie, forget about it.
Sometimes it just means forget about it.
At the belly of the whale, where the character reaches their hero's journey version of death, he leans on a table and throws a chessboard on the floor. Checkmate. Or is it? Because the thing that makes a game is an objective to the game and rules. The problem is what he signed up for is, in this game, the object of the game is to discover the object of the game. And there really are no rules. So remember I talked about the antagonist, and up until now I've only called them they?
Consumer Recreation Services.
Because it's at about the 40-minute mark of the movie where the characters actually start referring to a they.
They just fuck you and they fuck you and they fuck you. And then just when you think it's all over, that's when the real fucking starts.
All right, calm down. Just take a breath.
Who are they? Who are they? They bring it up a lot in the movie. It is very clearly in reference to a certain three-letter agency that we may know. The kind of three-letter agency that deals with money. And this agency uses his father's tragic, untimely death to traumatize and terrorize this man as they go through the story. All for a game that he said that he wanted to play.
Who's behind this?
A mysterious company that they only know the initials of being CRS, but everyone knows that a C is just a covert I in disguise. Maybe a family-owned business that's associated with the rest of the IRS. The dark and dirty side that's willing to do anything for money. It's always about money.
My attorney says that nothing is missing.
He's in on it.
I don't know what the hell is happening, but stay where you are until I get
Sutherland's in on it.
Nicholas, I have another call. Give me your precise location. Nicholas?
So we get into the third act, and here's where things get interesting, because it does a good job at humanizing Sins of My Father and making him realize that at the end of the day, he's just another bum in dirty clothes walking into a diner begging for a ride back home. Problem is, once he gets there, he turns into taxi driver and makes it his sole mission to whistleblow on they.
What are you gonna do anyway? You won't get your money back.
I don't care about money. I'm pulling back the curtain. I want to meet the wizard.
The movie sets up so well that this company that they hired to play the game seems to be more interested in gathering as much intel about their mark and then either having him arrested so they can have control over his life there, or if he dies, oh well. We get to the ending where he discovers all of the people from earlier in the movie, every single person who was there torturing him and terrorizing him, making him live through the sins of his father, the memory of his father killing himself on his birthday, torturing him, kidnapping him. He finally meets all of them, and they're all just in a break room together, like it's some scene out of Cabin in the Woods. The movie comes down to this moment.
There was always a safety net. The taxi, there was a diver, my house. They just shot at us with planks.
Is that true?
It is. It's what you hired us for. They're waiting on the other side of that door with champagne. Nicholas.
Was this a game he actually hired? Who is capable of doing everything they did to him, other than a 3-letter agency with infinite power and control over the idea of money that we believe in? Or is it his brother who set him up in the first place? Did they set up his brother to set him up because they know if they go through his brother, they can reach out to him, especially if he's incredibly hard to reach on purpose? Police are no help. In fact, the police are actually in on it at the end. They actually show the police officer or detective that was investigating his home invasion to be a part of this CRS. So yeah, so now we get to the end of the movie. It comes down to that moment. When he falls through the roof, my expectation was to see an epitaph on the news with the same news guy from before mentioning that he had died and that the stock dropped. And when he hit that glass, that's what I was hoping for. I wanted to have that proper ending to the movie that this director is famous for. But it really felt like someone or something, some they, got themselves involved and made sure to put an ending that subverted our expectations just enough to be like, yeah, the only one capable to do all of this to him were the rich and powerful, there to teach him lessons through their manipulation. With the ending we have, I do find it interesting that he agrees to help his brother pay for this bill of what essentially is them kind of pointing out what the movie industry is in itself. Some ultra rich person living out a fantasy to show off their hero's journey and how they, survived it all. And he agrees to help his brother pay for this massive bill, this movie, to which we reveal that his income is actually caught up in people's retirements, in investing in companies, and money can easily disappear the way the market works. And so where's that money coming from? Let's pay for this party. Just brilliant direction writing and cinematography and editing all the way around. But what I really think was his director, who at that time had risen to the top of his game in score, writers who understood what's capable of the system in the early 90s, warning us of what they were capable of doing to any and all of us if they choose to. Or maybe that's just the paranoid side of me. Shit, I've been on the internet way too long.
I think I was worried. Worried about me.
Just like the times of old, our storytellers are doing a great job at hiding the truth in front of our faces, reforming it in entertainment, and giving us a secret message about what to look out for when they come looking for you. Here at the Church of Cinema, now that our gloves are off and we finished the movie, we can definitely say that this movie is worth your watch. Although when you reach the ending, I would love to know what you thought was going to happen. And about my theory, is this director trying to tell us that they are just a crooked version of a 3-letter agency? Now I need to stop talking because I gotta go take care of taxes or something. I mean, I know that, you're supposed to do them every, 10, 15 years or so, so it's probably due, and check the website here. And oh no, you're supposed to do it every year? Quarterly something? Oh shit. So at least I'm sending him money.
It is just money. You should be glad you're alive.
I'd rather not talk about it right now.
Thanks for watching, and remember, one day your game will begin, and I hope it's a profound one.
A lot going on.
This is all the game.
Right now,
Did you enjoy it?
extremely dangerous.
Did you find it suspenseful? What do you think of this ending? Right? Doesn't seem like it fits, right? Seems like someone was like, we need to make a happy ending out of this, and people are mad. But everything leading up to it made it seem like there was no happy ending.